Yo, what's good? It's Skano from the Gutter News. This ICE protest situation, it's getting crazy. You got Florida Sheriff Department. I forgot what particular city, somewhere in the swamp. This hick, uh, police department talking about, you know, they gonna shoot on sight rioters. Anybody who is a perceived threat to law enforcement, anyone who makes any type of aggressive, action towards law enforcement, said they cracking heads, they splitting wigs, and they taking names later. And I don't believe they were bullshitting. You know, I mean, you got law enforcement having press conferences where they basically are making threats, towards citizens, threats of murder. It's the country we live in, though. But this situation in Omaha, Nebraska, this is Ice Food Factory that just got raided, and they had illegals hiding. I mean, literally, hiding out in this place. They had to dig them out of the, literally dig these people out of the food storage compartments. I mean, they hiding in vents, they hiding everywhere, man. And one guy actually, pulled a box cutter. They ended up obviously arresting him. He didn't get shot though. So turns out 98%. This is what this guy, one of the, primary shareholders, one of the owners of this particular ice food, company. He's crying about, what is he going to do now? 98% of his employees were illegals. And he's like, he has no idea how this is even possible. You know what I'm saying? He's, flabbergasted that 98% of your employee base were illegals and you had no idea. I'm going to tell you what's going on now. See, I ain't falling for the woo-woo. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. This operation cleanup, right? This is the sweep up, you know what I'm saying? Clean up the evidence. American workers were sold out, man. That's what happened. Sold out by your government. You telling me 98% of this company's employees were illegal immigrants and they had no idea. So overnight they gotta, basically turn over their entire workforce, employee base. Like this caught them out of nowhere. So this is how these corporations, this is what they do, you know. They sold out American workers for cheap labor. That's what's been going on. It ain't just start. This shit been going on. So after the fact, now I told you it's been a lot of, moving around amongst these corporations. They kind of figuring out the next type of financial system. It's a lot of shit going on. And the first thing they had to figure out. So don't be fooled. These corporations were complicit in this whole illegal immigration process. As far as the flood of illegals that, just for cheap labor. That's what it was, like I've been saying. But so now after the fact, they got to sweep up the evidence, make it seem like it's a bigger cause when it always come down to race and money in America. That's what this shit was all about. So, you got riots going on in LA, from what I understand. And one thing, listen, man. Mexican Americans, Get y'all people together. Because, okay, you're in another country. I'm talking about these protesters, Mexican protesters. You're in another country protesting about being deported back to your home country while you're waving your home flag. I mean, in what world do that make sense? How is that helping your cause? I don't get it. Y'all confused, you know. That's not good optic. Get y'all people together, man. You know. Now, if y'all was out there with the American flag draped over you, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you could appeal to people's sympathy. This is not a good look, man. This is not the right tactic. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to be strategically speaking, though. This is counterproductive. So, back to the drawing board with this one. Back to the drawing board. Get your people together. The ones that been here, born here. Like I said, I don't hate Latinos. You know what I'm saying? Get your people together, man. Because y'all looking crazy out here. So, apparently, you know, there are a large segment of black women, in an uproar regarding this latest film that Tyler Perry produced. What is it called? Straw. And I haven't seen the movie, but based on the reviews, it's apparently touching on mental illness. Taraji Henson, she played the leading part, and I thought black women would be happy. You know what I'm saying? He gave Taraji a platform. Because from what I understand, she been getting. It's been rough out here for her as far as finding roles. I don't know what's going on in Hollywood. Why? Because she's a pretty good actress. Actor, actress, whatever you. And it's it was kind of shocking to me to find out that she was struggling financially and that she couldn't find roles, man. And it's like, so I thought black women would be happy and applaud Tyler Perry. So is she a coon for portraying this role? Is she a sellout? Apparently, black women have an issue with the character she's depicting. And they saying, it's stereotypical and it's focusing on negative tropes that are perpetrated upon black women. It's as far as mental instability and emotional instability and woo woo. And as I said, I haven't seen the film, but this is what I will say. I have seen one of his films, and I think it was Diary of a Mad Black Woman. The one where her husband is abusive, and then he catch an injury or something, and she has to take care, and the tables turn, and I've seen parts of that. I didn't grasp the overall. I'm assuming the message he was sending was karma. Now, at first I thought Tyler Perry was, kind of like putting a mirror up to the black community. I thought that was his mission. But this is what I would say. Black men have, he been putting out a lot of material, that depicts black men in a negative light. And we just sat back and, it is what it is. So now that, and it's just one film, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to necessarily say he's exposing black women. You know what I'm saying? This is not my fight, but just making an observation. Now y'all ready to turn on him. When he hold a mirror up to, the black female segment of the black community, all of a sudden y'all ready to cancel him. Come on, man. So like I said, I'm not a Tyler Perry fan, and I'm not a Tyler Perry hater. You know what I'm saying? But I would just have to say at this stage, y'all need to take one for the team. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been taking a lot of, we've been catching a lot of strays. So, just chill. Take this one for the team. No ops left Scano. You already know.